Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another live stream, the one for the second semi-final dress rehearsal. Kind of exciting times for me, anyway. I'm still living under the knowledge of just trying to cope with the fact that Belgium did not qualify yesterday. I still struggle with really realizing what happened yesterday. I'm not gonna lie. However, a lot of people have said in my comment section today that Belgium were obviously not gonna qualify. It was so obvious when we saw it, and I'm like, I just still don't understand. It's the case of agreeing to disagree. I just still can't comprehend it. I can't wrap my head around it. I've been watching the performance a few times today to really refresh my memory, how much I actually liked it. And yes, the vocals were not flawless as they were back on Monday, I would say. But still, I just can't wrap my head around Belgium missing out on the final. So now is, of course, exciting to see what's going to qualify tomorrow. Will we get any other upsets like that? I'll try and be less optimistic for my predictions this time around. No, not really. I'm just going to go with the vibe that I feel anyway, and just go with what I think. Is that shirt homage to Claude's pajamas? I'm not wearing a pajamas, mate. This is a button-up shirt. It's actually one of my favorite ones, but you're free to dislike my attire today. It's okay. Hello, Mr. Groot. I've been a pretty silent viewer since 2023, I think, but I really like to see your analysis and content on the song. Which song? Thank you very much for telling me, ESC Can or Chan. I don't know how you want that name to be pronounced, but thank you very much. It's always really lovely, when silent viewers, they just send a message here. It's really cool for me to just not hear your voices, but to get to know which people actually watch the content. And obviously some of you don't say anything, and that's okay. You don't have to say anything, but I really appreciate it when you do, because I want to hear from everyone. So thank you for sharing your message. And for sticking around for 2 years, that's a long time. Hi Groot, so sorry for Belgium, but at least Portugal was an amazing surprise. Agreed. I like that as well. I'm very glad that Portugal made it, but I still can't believe Belgium didn't make it. It's difficult from my head to get it anyway. I'm sorry. I keep coughing. I've been it's been a few weeks since I was sick now, but this still sticks with me. It's difficult to go to work as well, because I talk a lot at work, of course, and then I talk a lot during the live streams and whatnot. But it's life goes on. I got to pull through. Hopefully, it's not too annoying for all of you. Keeping my fingers crossed for Lithuania tomorrow. Me too. Definitely hoping Lithuania makes it. We should all call you Mr. Groot from now on. That would be fine. Maybe I should change my channel name to Mr. Groot. It's quite a tribute to the old band Mr. Big, because Groot, of course, means big. I don't need to clarify for you. I meant to write songs instead of song. Just pronounce the English word can. Okay, ESC can. I'll put it in here and remember it. Nice to hear from you. Rooting for Latvia, Lithuania, and Greece for the semi-final. I think all three of them have a chance, but none of them is surely going through, from what I think right now anyway. It's going to be interesting to see them tonight, of course. Same, I've been following you since forever, but I'm silent. That's okay. It's okay. It's just really lovely to hear from you when you do say anything. Hello, I have finally recovered from the depression of seeing my favorite song Belgium go out in the semi. I haven't recovered. I'm still sad about it. Just waiting here. It's 8:59 right now. It just turned 9, so let's see if I can get to watching the show. For some reason, I can hear myself in my headphones. That is really annoying. Why am I hearing myself? Oh, I'm gonna go crazy actually listening to myself like this. Okay, the show started for me. Prohibited to film the screen. Got it. So our introduction for this semi-final, we're introduced to Philip, who is a fan, who introduces himself here with some shots from the turquoise carpet, I think. Hopefully the audio is fine by you, it's not layered and there's no feedback or anything. Let me know if there is. some reason my stream is lagging quite a bit today as well, which is really a shame. But it'll work. I also appreciate it and find it funny that you and the whole chat always got some unpopular favorites like Portugal yesterday. I personally have Armenia as one of my favorites, which is unpopular. I think Armenia has a good chance tonight, though. I would definitely say I think they do. It looked decent from the rehearsal clips, I would say, and it's an accessible song. So let's see how it goes for it. I'm so happy for Portugal. I bet money on them qualifying and got 35 euros for my €5 bet. Nice one. Congratulations. I think for Belgium it was the running order. Imagine it closing the show. I mean, Cyprus closed the show and I thought that would make it as well. Let's hope that that host has a better jacket tonight. We'll see. Philip here is carrying a Swiss flag inside a heart and places it on the floor to make the Eurovision logo. Quite neat. And now we get an opening act, some upbeat music. And my stream is lagging so much, this is so annoying. What can I do to change that? Close all my background tabs, I'll start there anyway. Because this is a tough one. They're still going with the welcome home thing, of course. Okay, let's see what the outfit looks like today. There's something very okay. Well, we're in the same kind of vein. She's wearing, what do you call it? Aluminium foil? It's definitely an outfit you'll remember again. It's very silvery and it shines a lot. But this is, I'm not even able to watch this. How should I change this to be able to make sure that it doesn't lag? Because I can barely watch this. This is really annoying. Should work in just a few seconds again. Just trying to kind of reset a little bit of my internet here because this is very annoying. Maybe that helped. Did the stream die? Well, it should be back up, right? It should be back up, yep. I'm just playing around with my internet a little bit because the stream is lagging so much for me, like the Eurovision stream that I'm watching. Might be better now. The outfit from Hazel here is definitely one you'll remember. Have they swiped Iceland's costumes? It's kind of in the same vein, but even more distracting, definitely more distracting. Her turtleneck goes up here, and it's like she's just wrapped in foil, really. And it sparkles a lot, which is kind of annoying for the camera, you know? It's very distracting. Leg greetings. Leg greetings to you as well, David. 16 songs, of course, performing tonight. You can see them in that corner, in the correct order as well. All English songs yesterday didn't qualify except for the one you liked the most. What? All English songs yesterday didn't qualify except for the one you liked the most. I didn't like Norway. The audio is a bit behind, but it's working. The audio is behind? What do you mean? What do you mean? I don't get it. Okay, they're talking a bit in French right now. I'm still looking at my audio settings because I don't want to hear myself. I don't get this. I'm usually kind of like an audio guy a little bit, but yeah, I don't know. If I do this, can you hear me then? Can you still hear me? I think you can, right? Hopefully you can still hear me. Yeah, okay, I actually fixed my system then, because yeah, okay. I think he meant to sync. Wait, am I not synced in the stream? Is my mouth moving and the audio is wrong? Refreshed my bad. Okay, good. Then everything works. And I managed to fix my end as well. And the lagging from the Eurovision Dress Rehearsal stream seems to have stopped. Everything good then. Okay. Now I can just, you know, kick back, relax, and have a good evening with all of you. Australia's postcards here. Where's Ellen? Is Ellen sleeping in? She doesn't want to know what's going on with Australia's performance. I get it. I get it. Okay, the lag is actually back a little bit. I have no idea where we are because it lagged when they said the city. But Gojo here seems super happy to be wherever it is he is. He's watching spinning things. It's like at a film projection place. I don't know what they're called. But they're playing around with, you know, film stuff. The old film tapes. I don't know what it's called. Film rolls? Is that what you call them? Probably. Okay, this is obviously going to be very, very interesting to see the full performance of Milkshake Man. As I said, like in the rehearsal, I think this will be a performance that you can't look away from throughout its 3 minutes. And let's see if I'm right. So it starts off with him in a TV, and it says milk. Okay, so it's, you know, it's this kind of commercial concept with it. Vocals are a bit iffy, maybe? He's very excited, charismatic for sure. A lot of colors flashing behind him, pink and green and blue. And he's stepping into the little thing where all of his clothes disappear. Yeah, so basically what I'm seeing right now is the rehearsal clip. So he's in his sparkly blue suit here. We've got an old lady joining him on stage who seems very excited to be there. This is very goofy. Incredibly goofy. And the old lady is now a young woman, of course. The sweet, sweet yum yum. You can hear the audience here for sure. Yeah, okay. Now they ripped his shirt. Why not? It's a very colorful performance, I'll tell you that much. I gotta say, I think I would have... I expected to have more fun with it than I am right now. But the lag is definitely holding back my enjoyment of it as well. It's a very camp performance, absolutely. And we're back with the TV surrounding him there. He definitely wants to show us that he's been working out. Okay, I honestly... So it's very flashy and it's quite a bit of fun and it's charismatic and, you know, very in your face. But I expected to be more entertained by the performance throughout its 3-minute runtime than I actually was. I don't know why the reason for that is. Just felt like maybe there was lacking something. Maybe if I enjoyed the song more, I would have liked the performance more as well. It's very quiet in the chat. No one's interested in Australia. Montenegro's up anyway, next. But yeah, Australia, I'm actually not... I still think that it will qualify because it's, you know, very extra and it's quite fun, but I thought I would like it more than I did, actually. My brief thoughts like that, I suppose. Montenegro up next. Let's see what this is gonna be like. I wonder if it will work out better than Cyprus, even though Theo's performance is a 3-minute workout. We'll see. Montenegro is playing around a lot with contrasting colors here immediately. We got very dark backdrop and very bright lights contrasting it. We don't really want a taste of the milkshake, man. I got it. Did any milkshake spill over the camera? No screen effects like that. None of that. Except for like the text that we saw in the rehearsal clip, you know, like the advertisement things. Don't think anyone's surprised if I say that Montenegro sounds good vocally, so far anyway. Camera work here is quite predictable. Like each line in the verse gets a new camera angle, and it's like her directing towards the camera, turns black, directing towards the camera, turns black, directing towards the camera, turns black. Yeah. It tries to be dramatic, you know, but it's not particularly exciting so far. Case in point, I'm talking above all of it. This first bridge part doesn't really carry a lot of power. It's a lot, like she carries a lot here. Her vocals is really what kind of puts the energy into the track here. Missed Australia, how was it? I expected more from it personally. It was still fun, but I thought it would be even more fun. This is also very... Like with Montenegro coming here, this is definitely strange for the running order, I would say. It's such a huge contrast from what we just watched, you know? I think the colors are absolutely very, very pretty in this performance, but this is quite underwhelming altogether, I would say. Not a lot of energy in either performance or song here. Vocally, she's very, very strong, but it's not... I can't see this being enough. I'm getting some pretty large When Pigs Fly vibes of this. The final chorus works quite nicely, actually, because she elevates her vocal quite a lot here. And the spots that comes down from the roof, they're very pretty looking as well. The colors I really like for this performance, actually. It's a very cold looking performance with like this icy blue being the main thing. She got very emotional there at the end, thanking everyone in the audience. I think she'll get even more emotional tomorrow, of course, because there will be... Or maybe there are... Are there equal amount of people in the arena tonight as they are tomorrow? How is the UK looking? Well, they haven't performed yet. That was just Montenegro. So 2 songs so far. Ireland up next. Imagine if this song would have been clickbait. Yeah, it would have been so interesting to see how clickbait would have done, actually. It feels like that one could have been more unpredictable in terms of qualifying, because I definitely think that Montenegro, I would be very surprised if it makes it. Funny how both of the returning artists this year are second in the running order of their semis. Actually, yeah, interesting how you pointed that out, Aaron. I haven't thought about that, but you're right, of course. This type of song is too outdated. Grandma, aren't you a big fan of Serbia coming up later? I think they're kind of in the same bracket here, to be honest. But sure. Okay, Ireland up next. I'm obviously not a huge fan of this song, but win me over with the performance and we can talk. They know how to appeal to me in terms of color anyway, because I do like me some purple, of course. A lot of people complained about the vocals from the Azerbaijani lead singer yesterday, of course. His pitch is nothing on, what's her name? The Like a Party artist here from Ireland. I do not enjoy the vocal delivery of this at all, but that could be a subjective thing. I just don't think it sounds good. There's not a lot of energy in the vocal delivery here. It feels very feeble. It's very whispery, you know? At the same time as being quite high-pitched. Visually, it definitely has an identity. I love the purple. It's kind of nice how they got, you know, the constellation of the dog behind her as well. And there's the choreography, and we got the space people walking with, or the astronauts, I guess you say. Is it astronauts with dog ears or cat ears? Why? I don't want to be mean here, but I will be completely honest. Second verse is going on right now, and I'm zoning out already. I mean, it's not my type of song, but it does not have a lot of energy, in my opinion, here. This is a very flat performance. And I mean, she's completely standing still on this platform. She's been doing that throughout the whole thing. And I don't think the camera work is really like emphasizing any kind of movement on stage either. There are, of course, 4 dancers at the front, but you barely pay attention to them because the lighting kind of hides them. It's quite dark on stage. And there's a lot of wide shots, and then there's a lot of focus on the singer mainly. And the singer isn't moving. I'm very underwhelmed by this performance, but maybe other people will like it, you know? But I find this very uninteresting to look at. Did she change outfit? I think she changed outfit, but I might be wrong. That's how much I've been paying attention, I guess. We got some pyro coming out behind her now. It kind of looks like Tix's wings, the way the pyro is shaped behind her. Quite fun. There's a lot of pyro in it as well. It just doesn't stop. Alright. We can hear some audio. Hopefully it should be fine, though. It's not too loud, right? Okay, so I'll be honest here. I mean, someone could say like, oh yeah, you're just saying that because you don't like the song, and maybe that's true, but I thought that was actually the worst so far. I don't want to be mean towards anyone, you know, but I was not interested in that at all, actually. It's super quiet. Okay, then it should be fine, I think. I really hope so. Possibly none of the first 3 will qualify. I still think Australia will. Like, only 6 songs will miss out. Oh, there's an Australian in the audience getting interviewed here. And do you want to know what he's wearing on his head? A bucket hat! And it has, like, the Eurovision logo on it. The fact that Leica Party was an MGP reject this year, it's very telling. MGP itself was... Okay. I do think the song can appeal to some people. Yeah, it definitely has a big, but it has a following and some people who really love it. I don't think maybe this performance will win some people over because it is, you know, a bit tacky, and you know, you got the astronauts doing the little funny dance. I mean, that could of course win some people over. Okay, Latvia is coming up next now. I guess they fixed something on stage. They obviously have a pretty huge prop, I guess, Latvia here, that they need to put out. So we got an interview with an Aussie in the audience in the meantime. My 79-year-old mother watched the semifinal last night. She told me she really enjoyed San Marino. It was one of the best. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. They are dogs, just like Leica. Okay, so they're supposed to be dog ears. Okay, got it. Is she moving away from that platform? No, she stood on the platform throughout the whole thing. But I think she did a little bit of an outfit swap, but I could be wrong on that. It just felt like she was wearing something else towards the end, but I'm bad at paying attention sometimes. Can both Ireland and Luxembourg qualify, though? I want neither, Andy. Okay, Latvia started now. It's very blue so far. It's like raining on stage. They use the backdrop as like raining coming down. And they got these lit up headpieces. And they're playing around, like they're entirely silhouettes right now. And they got the blue headpieces just shining on it. It's quite an image. Still only silhouettes. It's very dark. And now we get the red colors coming in here. The camera work here is rather uninspired, in all honesty. It just pans between like a zoom in on every performer. It goes like, oh, here's someone, here's another one singing, here's another one singing. It's not particularly immersive. Maybe the middle sections here where everything gets dark, they're more effective for sure with the blue. They're quite atmospheric. They definitely like create a little bit of a world on stage here, because we haven't seen the audience at all so far. We've only seen the stage and this backdrop, and then just zoom-ins on the artists. No wide shots so far. So I think they really want to create their own little space here in this performance, which could work in his favor. It's definitely a TV type of performance, I guess. They're playing around with lighting really well in this one. There's a lot of darkness being utilized, and they utilize it in a way that they just showcase the silhouettes. That kind of works in this song's favor, to be honest. Like when it came to Ireland, the darkness didn't really match the vibe of the track, but you know, here they use the darkness quite effectively in really making sure that it feels atmospheric. They try like, it seems like there's a choreography concept with the song as well at times, but it's not a particularly memorable one in my book anyway. I'm not sure how well this will be received. The harmonies are of course really cool. They sound fantastic. Like that, you don't have to worry about that part. It's actually a really effective shot right now, how the camera is like panning to the side and they're standing completely still on a very effective backdrop. And that's a long take there at the end as well. The final part there, that really works. Could squeeze through. Could squeeze through, absolutely. I don't think this is, you know, a Eurovision winner that I just saw here. It doesn't really have that energy about it either, but the song is all kind of about the atmospheric touch of it all. And I think they kind of managed to work with that. Strange part came up here now. I don't think, maybe they're not ready for what they were supposed to put after Latvia, because now, out of nowhere, we just get a shot of tonight's lineup and they show the running order. No one has said anything, we just get some background music and we see the lineup. This does not feel like, you know, polished. So perhaps this will be a bit different tomorrow. But that would mean that they're not entirely ready for tomorrow, I guess. Would be sad if Ireland qualified over Latvia. I think I saw something on Discord that Latvia just overtook Ireland in the odds before the dress rehearsal started. And they're both on 50%, I think. It will be received better than Lego. You really think so? I mean, I don't obviously know anything about predictions anymore because of what happened this week, but I really thought Lego would have been well received. I want Ireland. I want Latvia to qualify. It's within my qualifiers, I think. But and they did. The ending was nice there, so yeah. But you never know. I mean, there are still 12 songs to check out as well. But yeah, it could go through, of course. The odds had Portugal at 14%, so yeah, and Belgium was at like 88 or something. It's crazy. Okay, Armenia's up now. Okay, so dramatic, dude. This is proper cool dude vibes, yeah. He did like the He stood very dramatically, and then, you know, with the chant they're opening, Survivor, he did the... Very, very cool. They use this, the treadmill quite well here, to be honest. It's very effective with how it plays around with the camera. The lighting's good as well. Just black and white with a little bit of blue in there. It looks really cool, actually. Vocally, it's a bit not particularly convincing, but it's very intense in terms of the presentation. His charisma is there, I would say. Or maybe not charisma, but you feel his energy in the performance for sure. He's very into it. Yeah, the laughing, I don't know about that part, to be honest. A lot of pyro going on now as well. Flames just shooting up all over the screen. He's disappearing into the smoke now as well. Interesting. It's a lot, you know? Okay, so there's a breakdown part in Armenian. How have I missed this? Stage just turned incredibly red. This is more red than Azerbaijan's ketchup part. Okay, and this window thing is kind of lit up very nicely there, actually. It's dramatically presented, this part. I didn't know about this part of the track. It has a very epic moment right now with like a half-step beat. And there's like chanting backing vocals. The flames shooting up into the screen. This is huge drums. This is honestly a pretty epic performance, I can't lie. I mean, I'm not a big fan of the song. I don't think the vocals are that great, but this is... it's quite a gritty performance. You know what? I think that's making it. I think that's making it. That's a very, I think quite a memorable performance. It's a lot. And at times you feel like, oh, it's getting a bit dark here. It's getting, like he's getting covered with the smoke here. Is he still dirty? Yeah, he's covered in mud or something. I don't know what that's going on there. I mean, just because I said that it looked good, it won't mean that everyone else thinks it does, but I think that's an ambitious performance. But I mean, I said that about Cyprus as well. And I mean, the color thing it's got going for it is very similar to what Cyprus did, of course. And Cyprus was also, like, they had the big structure, they had a lot of movement. Stage-wise, this reminds me a little bit of Cyprus. More flames and more, like, intensity. But, I mean, it's obviously a very different kind of song. I think Armenia is a more catchy song for sure. Yeah, I would actually be surprised if Armenia misses out. I would stretch that far. However, we know what my predictions are like at this point. Considering how low quality Devi Efratesil was, Armenia do seem to have done a great elevation job on it. Yeah, I can agree on that. Oh, Austria's now. Okay, this one's the one I'm most excited about, actually. Vocally, this is a very pretty opening, as expected. So of course this is the rehearsal clip here, the first 30 seconds. Let's see where it goes from here. Everything's black and white still. I think the whole performance will be, right? But I'm most intrigued, like, the finale of the track. Will it burst into color or will it still be black and white? You can hear the audience cheering in the background. This is like the first time you can really hear it. When he turned into his falsetto voice here, like the operatic style. And the sail is being risen above behind him. It's vocally very impressive. What a resonance in the voice there, really. Second verse, there's something, it's not as convincing, I'll tell you that much. Okay, now things are starting to, this is like Revolution from Melodifestivalen, and they're throwing things and it's like wind, you know? And he's doing this movement towards the camera. This looks like Revolution from Melodifestivalen in a smaller scale. He's obviously going out on the sea, stormy sea, being thrown at him. It's visually quite striking. Okay. Build-up's coming here. Little paper boat reaches his hand. Okay, it's still black and white. The vocal chop part is just vocal chops. He's not singing here. Interesting how still everything is black and white, you know? He's singing now, okay? Just a few notes, the high notes. Very flashy lights, it's like this, quite intense there, and you got the lighthouse behind. Very effective framing of the shots. I'm not blown away. I will tell you that much. I'm not blown away, but I'm still impressed, you know? I don't know what more I expected from it, really. Vocally, very strong, particularly during the choruses. Those parts are perfect when he's going the operatic style. The second verse, a bit shaky, I would say. Like between registers. I don't think that was the cleanest. Staging-wise, it's of course very difficult to see all of the details when you're watching this stream because it's lagging a little bit and you got big text covering the entire screen. But I'll mute Hazel for now because I want to kind of reflect on Austria. They have like a little intermission here after Austria, so I guess it's like an ad break for most countries. But I mean, Austria could definitely be a winner. I wouldn't doubt it. But I think the final part of the track, maybe I expected it to hit a bit harder than it did. Because like everything still stayed black and white, you know, so you didn't get that proper like blown away factor. It doesn't give winner vibes. It could. That's the thing. Like, I will say this much. I was more impressed with the code last year. Like how that was staged. I think that was a completely different level to this. With the spinning platform and the light show. I was way more impressed with that. Let's see. Tattoo, of course, won the year before that. I think Tattoo was also more impressive just from the like vocally being so brilliant throughout the whole thing and very consistently so. This one has its moments more, I would say. And of course the fact that you kind of rely on this vocal chop during the final chorus, that's completely studio cut. He's not singing during the part, he's kind of like laying down on the boat, and you see a very cool shot from up above, and it kind of looks like he's, you know, lying on the boat with, and the waves are crashing around him on the floor. It's a nice image, but it's not just that kind of wow, wow, wow factor about it. For me, anyway. Would you still say it's the best stage so far? Well, I mean, from tonight, yes. However, I definitely think Switzerland had a better, like, presentation of their song. But I mean, they didn't really have much of a staging. They just had immense camera work and a concept that they really embraced. This one is, of course, probably the most ambitiously staged in terms of, well, I mean, I thought Cyprus was ambitious, of course, and I mean, Armenia had a big treadmill and whatnot, but it has probably the best frames, like with the lighthouse behind. You got the boat on stage. They're what do you call it? What do you call it when you put up the sail? Hoistering the sail? I don't know. um, but yeah, a lot of fun stuff like with the boat and whatnot, and it's like this part where they're throwing, you know, what do you call it, debris, I guess, at him, and you know there's wind coming, and he's doing the Mons Selmerlöw revolution hand movements towards the camera, and the camera is panning in and out and in and out and shaking a little bit. Hoisting, that's it. That's it. Not moist the sail, no. But yeah, it's an interesting performance, and it's definitely an effective one. All right. Conclusion: you need a nice prop considering the last 2 years. Yeah, Stefania didn't need one. Seems very theatrical. It was theatrical, yeah. Whoever is sweeping the stage for semi 2 is going to be earning a bonus. Maybe that's why they put, you know, they put Austria here before intermission. Now the UK is going to perform, and I mean it's been kind of like maybe not 5 minutes, but like 3 or 4 minutes for sure since Austria performed. If Sweden is considered winner potential, then the bar must be low. Your words, not mine. Yep, UK next. UK is gonna perform now. They're in the mountains somewhere. They're having a sleepover, I think, in the mountains. And they're cooking together. They seem very happy. Happy vibes. Eating some good food. I'm obviously very very curious about how this one will look and sound. I'm not very curious about, because I know it'll sound great. They're very strong singers, of course. But how will this be presented? Will it be good? I'm of course hoping that it will be, because I like this, but alright, let's see. They are very, what do you say, charismatic for the camera early on here. They're making a lot of faces. Pyro right from the get-go. So they're standing out in the window thing here, in front of a structure. I don't know what it's supposed to look like. It kind of looks like like a wardrobe or something. And they're going for the pink, yellow, and blue color palette. Is she on time? And so there's the leaning tower of chandelier in the middle of the stage. The presentation, like, they are not utilizing the chopped up structure of the song very much so far. It's not as chaotic as I thought it would be, you know? Yeah, I'm not convinced. I'm sorry, UK. There's too much focus on being like quirky and hee and like being a bit, what do you say, like presenting the attitude of the track. So I think the vocals suffer quite a bit from it. It just doesn't feel purposeful. I don't see the concept behind everything. There's a lot of laughing as well, like... They're changing the harmonies here a little bit towards the end from what we expected from the studio cut. Okay. I'm not feeling the energy from this, to be honest. Like, sonically, it doesn't have that punch that I really like from the studio track. Like, the more fast-paced parts of the track, they have so much energy in the studio cut, I think, and I didn't get that from this performance. I'm unfortunately I'm disappointed. I don't think this is gonna go very well for the UK, but I've been obviously very wrong before. But that was unfortunately not really my thing. It's a shame. It's a shame. Case of overthinking it. I'm not really sure what they've done even. Like I don't think they had a proper concept that they wanted to have in the presentation of this. Everything feels a bit random. Like you got this structure of like a backdrop of a wardrobe or something that they're standing in front of it early on, and then they walk across the catwalk. Now they're standing around a chandelier that someone dropped on the floor, and they're just walking around it. The camera pans around it, and then we're done with that. So now we stand in the middle of the catwalk. We do a little bit of dancing, which, you know, okay, and then we're back in front of the wardrobe again. There's like no clear sense of direction of what they want to do. Okay, Greece is about to perform, but I guess they're not ready. They show the postcard, and now we get the theme song for, or not the theme song, but you know, like the backing music for this year's Eurovision, and a bunch of audience shots. And now Greece is ready. Okay. So Greece up next. UK in risk of doing badly again? I unfortunately think so. So Greece, of course, starting off with the a cappella, which is always a nice touch. The opening of this is working for sure. This grabs the attention immediately. So minimalistic. The stage is entirely dark. I mean, we see Claudia, of course, but everything else was completely pitch black. We've got a nice little frame of the stage here with symmetry. Like it's a very clear illuminated path in the middle of the screen. Some reds and yellows and orange fading out of it. Okay. There's like a mirroring of her movements from someone below her, I guess. Yeah, there's someone walking around on this catwalk. They're walking towards each other, okay. I really can't stand this beat that the song has. It feels so non-epic. The song tries to be so much more, and then this drum pattern is like the sound design of it is like, it doesn't have that impact that I really want from this. Color wise it's neat. There's a lot of nice blues behind her. There definitely is like a lack of engagement throughout it so far, I would say. She sings it perfectly, nothing wrong with that, but the presentation is not particularly engaging, I would say. We've got like a proper wasteland behind her on the screen right now, with red lasers shooting up to the sky. Very effective wide shot, I would say. The colors are really bursting off the screen here. There's a nice color balance in this performance. It's visually rather striking, really. Oh, she's dressed in white now. How did that happen, huh? Oh, for basically 2 seconds. Okay. So for the final note, she's dressed in white. Alright. Why not? It sounded great. It looks pretty neat as well, to be honest. But I'm not sure if it's engaging enough throughout the 3 minutes for people to click with it. I've obviously struggled a little bit with clicking with it personally, but I mean, if you like the song, you're gonna like it. And if you're one of these people who just really are looking for a strong vocal performance, this one could be your thing, you know? So Katars is here from Lithuania. They're gonna do some graffiti. Graffiti, that's how you say it. Yep. They're spray painting the some wall here or some garage. As you do. Greece surprise NQ. I mean, I'm not sure where I really stand on them. I wouldn't be surprised if they miss out, but I obviously wouldn't be surprised if they make it either. Lithuania up next. This is going to be interesting. Even though we've seen it in the national finalists, but of course. Is she moving away from the rock? No, she was up on the platform throughout the whole thing. There was like a bridge behind the rock that she started on, and then she walked ahead to the rock, and then she stood around there. So far, Lithuania isn't really doing anything surprising. I mean, we know what it's going to look like from the national final, and so far it's very similar to that, for sure. A lot of long shots. Like, there's a shot right now that's on the singer's face, and he's been looking into the camera throughout a very long period of time now. It's quite effective, actually. Fits the haunting vibe of the track. Now they switch cameras. I'm not so sure on, like, the fact that there's so sudden changes between the instrumentalists. It feels a bit like senseless in direction. The chorus hits very hard here. Okay, this is nice. There's like a proper wind machine, and it's the lighting, the camera is shaking around a bit. Yeah, this is a hard-hitting moment. That's a long zoom in right into his eyes. Okay. The haunting vibe of the track is matched by the camera work here. Definitely. Just feels like there's an uneven balance between the edits in the presentation. Let's go. Okay, so everything's black during this part, and then just sparse lighting. Every time they say Tavo, everything's lit up in blue. It's effective. He sounds amazing. Wow. He's walking back from the catwalk now. This is, and the backdrop is stunning. There's no way this is missing out. It can't. It can't. Wow. Everything's white now as well. Oh, this the contrasts in color here. The light show, the sound of it all. That's amazing. That is truly amazing. Oh, I love... Okay, one thing I love. The guitarist, instead of thanking the audience, like, you know when you see the artists after the song is done, he just starts clapping the audience instead. Like, he's not thanking the audience for clapping him. He starts clapping the audience. I like those nice little touches. You can definitely tell that they came there and they wanted to perform their song and they just wanted to do what they love. And that became so clear in that performance. That is perfectly presented. Perfect. You said the same thing about Belgium. Sorry, but... Okay, yeah, sorry. Let us live in delusion for one day at least. I will live in delusion for this day. That looked fantastic. I will say it. I could not be happier with the performance there. Could not be happier with it. The ending is, like, from the very first Tavo to the very end. That's perfect from start to finish. So hard-hitting, so much grit. The colors really burst off the screen. Contrasts, everything works. So Malta was originally supposed to perform, but Malta, I guess, is not ready for the stage either. So now we get more backing music and the audience clapping along. A lot of... There wasn't this many, you know... songs not being ready to be performed back on Monday for the first semifinals. So this is a bit of a... They're still working on it. So I'll take a look at the chat. Good morning, Ellen. Nice to see you. You missed Australia, but you can go back in the stream to see what I said about it. I thought I would like it. Unfortunately, Ellen, I thought I would like it more than I did. Unfortunately. I still think it's going to qualify because it definitely leaves an impression on you. But it was not as wow throughout the 3 minutes. I think they picked the rehearsal clip that was probably like the best part of the track, that had the best, like, that had the most memorable moment of the song, I would say. Yeah. They have to lower Mirjana by crane. That'll take some time. Why? Okay. Yeah, we're actually still waiting. This has been a long wait. Interesting. I missed that. Visitor, how was Catharsis? How did you miss Catharsis out of everyone? It was fantastic. It looked brilliant. From the first Tavo, like the second half of the song, from the first Tavo to the very ending of it, that part is perfect. It couldn't be better, truly. The colors that just burst off the screen there, such heavy contrasts, a lot of grid in it, great use of smoke, great camera work. Groot was mesmerized. Yes, it was a mesmeric performance, I will say that much. I'm betting there's an exercise ball missing. What are the odds, right? We're actually still waiting. I can't believe this. Okay, music turned off now. So I guess yeah, here we go. Malta then. Oh, that's a lot of color. So we've got a lot of flowers on the background. There's the disco ball. And she's dressed in a yellow, a bit like wasp-like dress here. It's a very large, like puffy dress, you know? Background turned purple. It says Mirjana Conte on the backdrop, you know? In case you forgot who performs this. So it's like the yellow and pink, that's the color scheme we're going for here. It stands out for sure. Alright. And then the chorus is entirely, you know, black, white, and red. A lot of shadows here, can't see much. Can't hear the audience saying the forbidden word as well, of course. At least I haven't heard it. You really need to boost up your volume, I think, if you want to hear it. It's a very... I gotta say, like the opening verse, I preferred that because you saw more of the performance there. It's a very dark performance. A lot of black and a lot of red, and it's to the point where you don't see much of the stage. I think the backing dancers, they just fade into the background. They actually entirely fade into the background. You can't distinguish them. I don't know what any of them looks like. A little bit of white here to actually highlight the stage for once here. Okay, so they're putting the lyrics on the backdrop there as well. It's kind of a nice touch. Maybe there's a filter in place so TV viewers don't hear it. I think that's absolutely the case. Like, they've definitely lowered the audience volume. I think they've done that for a lot of the songs this year, though. So I think it should be pointed out, of course, that vocally Malta is a very, very consistent here. This is a good performance of it. I'm just not sold on the visual presentation myself, because I think this is a very dark performance. I just saw an exercise ball, so we know what's coming here. There's a bunch of... Wait, what is that? There are animals doing the same kind of bounce on the backdrop. I don't... Like, leopards, maybe? Just saw some kind of spotted animal doing the same up and down bounce movement. Teehee, funny, I guess. You know it's not a performance for me or a song for me. Like, this was never gonna be something that I'm gonna get behind, you know? But I see the appeal for sure, for sure. Am I impressed by it? I wouldn't really say so, to be honest. To be perfectly honest, vocally, I think it's strong though, for sure. And there's a clear visual identity behind it. People will, of course, remember it for what it tries to do, but it's a very dark performance. I'm quite surprised by that approach. All right. Oh wow, there's so many people watching right now. 99 people. So many people watching in silence, I think. Thank you for everyone who's joining in the chat, though, who keeps talking, so I know if I want to talk about something. If you have any questions about anything, just ask away. Georgia up next now, and it seems like the stage is ready for Georgia. Yep, Georgia's gonna start right away. Is it better in terms of camp than Australia? For me, I think Australia has more memorable gimmicks about it, but Malta is, very extreme, with the exercise balls and everything. But I mean, it also comes into the fact that we're all so used, we're all so used to the way that this was going to be performed because we saw it in MESC. So the surprise factor is taken away from all of us Eurovision fans, Georgia starts off very dramatically. The dancing is really cool. Is there any nudity during the show? No actual nudity, no. I mean, it depends on where you draw the line for nudity, There is obviously some imagery that you could that you could consider, whatever you want to consider it. What was your top 3 so far? Lithuania is definitely number 1. Then I would say Austria. And performance-wise, I'd actually say Armenia, number 3. Yeah, I was surprised by Armenia. Could Malta possibly not qualify since Belgium didn't make it? We never know, but I think it's going through. So Georgia has a lot of... they brought out these flags that they're walking around with, and it has a visual identity to it. I just think that this song doesn't really have much memorable about it, which is unfortunate. She sings it well, Absolutely. She also has the platform from Azerbaijan 2018, it seems. Oh, she just removed this big outfit that she had and went into this outfit that we've seen, the red. I'm not so sold on this. The song is also quite incohesive in terms of flow, let's be honest. Smoke starts rising from the ground here on stage. That's a nice image. Everything just got very red again. Distractingly red. Seriously. When you do things this red, the people on stage, they look like tomatoes. I don't get it. Why do we want to do this? So the standout part of this song so far, or this performance, is the dancing. It's actually pretty amazing. I could watch the dancing part of this for a very long time. Kind of looks like an interval act if you just look at that. Happy birthday to me, she just said. Is it her birthday today? No one's mentioned that. I guess it's her birthday. Happy birthday. Wait, this is a bit embarrassing, but what is her name? let me actually look this up. Oh, this is so embarrassing. Let's see, Georgia. Happy birthday, Mariam. Okay, so now we get a little bit of an intermission again. Our host is walking outside the commentary boxes. Iceland's commentary box. And she walks in to talk with Glöðrun from Iceland. Oh, that's such an Icelandic accent. Oh, that's very charming. So glad that toes joined Georgians. I don't get it. Okay, so our host just spoke a bit of Icelandic. There, like, one thing actually, now I'm thinking about it, because obviously Hazel tried, a little bit of Swedish yesterday and on Monday. I mean, that was scripted, in case you didn't know. And now she's trying a bit of Icelandic. That's kind of just a nice touch, for the hosts to, kind of incorporate the language of other countries. Now she's in with the Danish commentator, who has taken a selfie with Lys Assia, like the Danish commentator has, and he's put that on his in his commentary booth. He has a selfie with her printed up, and now they're gonna take a selfie together. So if we see this tomorrow, the Danish commentator and the host taking a photo together tomorrow, you know that there are now 2 photos of them together. The more you know. Happy birthday to my mother moment. Happy birthday to your mother, Cat. Happy birthday. In the old days, every Georgian singer was called Sofo. What? Just realized that every 8 years the UK sends a musical theatre song starting from 2009. Wait, Never Give Up on You? We think that's a musical theatre song? I don't know, it's just a really good ballad in my book. Tauta Meitas from Latvia, you said the dancers look like tomatoes. Yes, I still don't get it. Sorry. Did you say you like Maltesers, Groot? You mean the snack? I'm not a big fan, to be honest. It's not my thing. I'm more of a carrot guy, as you might know. I think they meant the moment from 2016, right? What moment? What? I don't get it. I'm so confused. Sorry, I'm not following along. I see we're definitely peaked viewer-wise during the Maltese performance, because we were up on 99 then. A lot of people just came around to see what I had to say about it, and then they left when they realized I wasn't overly positive, I guess. He tried to combine tautomeitas with tomatoes. Good stuff. Sometimes I need the very clear explanation. France up next. France is, of course, one that people can say, like, people have said, like, France could win this year. I've heard that being said, So this is going to be very interesting. No one really knows what to expect from this live performance, I would say. I've seen that there will be sand in it, I think. So this one will be interesting. Luan is making or eating ice cream in her postcard. Very Swiss thing, Typically Swiss hobby. I mean, to be honest, the place where she's sitting and eating this ice cream, what is that place? Like, Switzerland is not a real country. Some of the nature in this country, jeez, it was like in this very small town by the lake, and you got big mountains behind it. It looked very picturesque. Nice one. All right, song time. She's playing around with an hourglass, and then she dropped it. Okay, that's one way to open the song. And she's lying down in a puddle of sand. You probably don't say puddle, but and sand is pouring from the roof. Okay, the camera work is very good. There's like this above shot right now that looked great. Vocally, she's stunning so far. I can't express into words how flawless this vocal is so far. She's so effortless in doing this. That's like a very skilled vocal. It's a very trained one. You can hear that very easily. She's like an instrument, you know? Is it maybe a bit too perfectly performed? I don't know. So there's a mirror in the floor beneath the sand. I'll tell you this as well, the camera work is very, very effective. The lighting, perfect. It's very sparse, but the colors that come up they have a really nice balance. Flickering lights kind of matching the beat as well. Like vocally, this is sublime. I can't put into words. There is not a single note that's even on only 99%. Everything is spot on perfect. And now she's like standing in a waterfall of sand. A sandfall that's like twirling around like a whirlwind. Like the image composition of every frame here really is special. And now the backdrop is entirely gray, blue. Very nice. Wow. I mean, okay, so the thing is, I like this song. It's not my favorite song. It's somewhere in my top 15, I would say, song-wise. But with that performance, it shoots up my ranking, to be honest. That was perfect. It was very impressive, I would say. Flawless vocals, really, like, spot on. That was some of the best vocals I've heard. Now they're sweeping the sand on the floor and they're making it into a gag. The hosts are sweeping it and they're doing some small talk, you know. Let me ask away about France. Let's see, is it winning? To be completely honest, it could win. It could. I can see it. It has jury winner vibes, just like you said, Andy. It does, actually. I get more jury winner vibes than I did from Austria. I really do. Televote, I'm not sure how much they will get behind it. This is one of those performances, though, that I don't think many people will look up on YouTube, and like it won't rack up the views there. It's very much like an in-the-moment thing. Okay, so Denmark's up next. I'll just see if I can find some... No other questions, really, I guess, about that. France really sent a professional. They did. It's a song that could have done with the subtitles more than Italy. A very compelling story. That makes sense, yeah. Why don't you want your own country to win, Groot? Seems odd. I wouldn't mind if Sweden wins either, you know? But I'm not one of these people who sit and root for my own country. Maybe I'm just spoiled with, you know, Sweden winning so many times. But I want the song that I like the most. That's the one I want to win every year. Doesn't matter who sends it. Like, but of course, like if Sweden wins, I will be excited about it. But like if Sweden had won with a song that I don't like, then I wouldn't be. I guess I would be. You know, I don't think I would be happy about it. Is that weird to feel like that? I don't know. I just want my favorite song to win every year. You know. Denmark up next. I'm really excited about this one actually. How does the land look when it's swirling? Is it distracting? It looks very pretty, I would say. It looked really pretty. Okay, so Denmark's using a grayscale for the opening. Interesting. Takes me back to the Austrian performance here. But I think we'll get more colors in this one. Yeah, there. When she said the word colors, all of the colors popped out. It became purple and blue. Of course. I should have seen that coming, shouldn't I? Could Denmark lose out a little bit on being right after France? Because she's perfect vocally as well, but because we're used to it now after France being so spot on, it's not as, you know, shocking that she's perfect vocally. The second verse is very dark on stage right now. Can't see much. So far, not a lot of movement either. She's been standing in the same place throughout the whole thing at the moment. She's still standing on this platform, you know? Now the dancers are holding out, what do you call them, like drapes? I don't know, playing around with them a little bit. Doesn't seem like there's really a purpose with the camera, either the frames or the edit, really. Feels very textbook Eurovision performance in terms of the camera work. I love how the energy is maintained here after the second chorus. This is brilliant, you know. Song-wise, I'm such a fan of this, honestly. Oh, this is a good shot, okay. Oh, and they cut from it immediately. Why? It came from above, and it was like a nice little spin effect on it, and then it immediately faded into another shot. There needs to be like a purpose to your camera usage. I don't get why you don't... Get a proper camera nerd into making your performance, because it will get better. Because this camera nerd would want to do creative things with the performance. I'm still rooting for this to go through, of course. I think it sounds perfect. It's has some nice colors to it. I like the blue and purple mixture. Of course I do. She's great. A little bit of a lack of movement in the first half of the track. She walked out later on here towards the end. They're really, like, it should also be pointed out, you won't see the dancers, like, how they look until the song is over. Like, we get no proper, like, connection with them at all. They're really just there as silhouettes, really, which is a bit unfortunate as well. Doesn't feel as inviting because of it, I would say. Even if Denmark's performance wasn't great, just tell me that it was so I can keep my hopes up and sleep well tonight. I'm still hoping that it will go through, definitely. I'm still rooting for it. I still think that it is one of the 10 best overall tonight, for sure. It obviously could have been much more, I would say. But it's a decent all around, but that's all it is, really, I would say. Staging just seems random. It seems like there's not really much point to it. Would you have been happy if Sweden had won with Las Vegas? Bottom else can we dance you off? No. Okay, Switzerland starts. Or no, not Switzerland. Czechia just started. And they're doing a very interesting thing with the camera. They have it this narrow. And now they do this. Okay, very dramatic. Reminds me of Echo from San Remo. You know, where they did the I don't know what it's called, but you know, they had the image like this and then they made it wider, but Czechia did this instead. Czechia sounds good vocally. Okay, so he's looking into the camera quite well here. Camera spinning around him. Oh, we got... Okay, nice introduction of the dancers. They came in unexpectedly, which looked good. And we actually get to see the dancers in this performance. I approve of that. And they're actually being used in a purposeful way in this performance. One of them is holding the microphone for Adonis here as another one takes off his jacket. So there's like a point to it, which is nice. Some synchronized kind of choreography going on here as well. Dance break coming up. Everything went red. Of course it did, because we need more of the red. I really wish they would have gone for a different color for this. Come on. Can't see anything in this red. Looks like 5 tomatoes on a ketchup. The white and black color palette is nice. Very contrasting. Yeah, the dance break felt even more out of place because they changed everything to red, unfortunately. So we're at the, the big finale of the track, and it's... I expected this to do a bit more. There's a nice little choreography concept to it, but I expected, some wind machine or some kind of smoke appearing or some just motion in something. It's honestly a little bit of a flat performance altogether. Vocally, it's strong. It could absolutely work, but it's not the most interesting out there. I think they could have done more with that as well. Just because you're an Everton fan with the red. Yeah, of course. That's why I dislike all of the red. Meanwhile, Belgium was my favorite yesterday, wasn't it? And Albania was my second favorite. Alright, Czechia, it's kind of in the middle for me. It didn't do much that floored me or surprised me or impressed me, but it's a decent song, I think, and it was sung well, and that could be enough to just get it through. Want Czechia to qualify? It could. It could qualify. I don't think it's certainly going through. I don't think it's a given. But I'm not saying that it's not making it either, Could go either way for it. Luxembourg up next. My favorite, of course. Or something. Oh, this one's not ready either. We're filming the audience and putting on the backing music again. This is very interesting. This was not the case back on Monday. All of the performances just went like this on Monday. Today, we've waited for so many of them. Are there so many props today? Did someone get sick during the week who was in charge of moving the props? Or getting the stage ready? Maybe. Is Adonis and Adonts? Very cheeky. I think he can still make it. I want him to make it, of course, as well, because I like the song, so... The singer from Cipherblatt is an Everton fan. My man! Really? Okay, here we go. Ukraine's my winner now. Alright, Luxembourg just started. We're getting invited into the dollhouse. At least they don't show... Oh, there's France Gall. She's on a screen. So, there's a green screen thing going on here for the opening. And France Gall is on the... Oh, she was on the floor. Okay, that's what it was. Okay. France Gall is on a TV behind her still. I was like, they didn't show this... They didn't start the song with France Gall, but they kind of did. She's actually still on the screen behind. Is she gonna be there throughout the whole thing? Mirjana Conte's entire family are Everton fans. Okay, settle down there. France already performed, yes. This is very pink. Again, the people on stage kind of fade into the background because everything's in the same color, The dancers are also not lit up, I feel like that's a recurring theme this year. Dancers not being very visible. Because the spotlight is just on the singers, so the dancers don't get really much highlighting. Franz Gall is actually still on the screen behind her. They don't show it very close up, so it's not distracting, you know, but it's been the same backdrop. They've used the exact same backdrop throughout the whole thing. The stage has not changed once, really, which is, I guess, a little bit underwhelming. It changes now, but it's really, like, it's still the same images, it's just that they put a bit of black on it. Oh, she's done an outfit change. Okay. Those are some very high boots there. There's really nothing wrong with this. Oh, there's a very long note at the end. Yeah. I mean, there's nothing wrong about it, but there's nothing particularly interesting about it either, for me anyway. You can help me fly? What? She's shouting a lot at the audience here. She wants to say a lot of things after the performance was done there. And then they just turned down the volume of her mic, so we couldn't hear the final part of it. Is she good vocally? Yeah. She's pretty good. No problems anywhere during that performance, really. It looked fine, but a little bit uninteresting to watch as well, because it looked the same throughout the whole thing. But there was a bit of charisma, and there was a bit of a performance to everything, you know. But I was not floored by it. But I mean, that could of course have to do with the fact that I'm not super excited about the song. It's just not a song that I particularly enjoy. But it could qualify, absolutely it could. I would not be surprised. Speaking of Everton, I remember bumping into Tom Davies at 2023 semi-final 1 in the arena. What? His favorite was Azerbaijan, so of course I really wanted him to qualify. What a mad lad. He played at Everton back in 2023, I think. I mean, he never really lived up to the potential that he showed when he scored his solo run against Manchester City on debut. But, yeah, I wish him all the best. Luxembourg lacks identity this year. If a song identity is another song, bad song. Yeah, I guess. Okay, so Israel's about to start. I don't know what you want to know about this one. But I'll watch it. Can't hear anything from the audience anyway. Oh wait, there's actually people shouting things. That's actually more interesting at the moment. So they're doing, like, with the lighting here, it's actually very effective. People are holding, you know, their phones at the background. It looks, I mean, I'll be honest, it looks incredibly pretty. And she sings fantastically well. So far, anyway. Yeah, she starts outside of the structure. She's walking around it right now. She started out on the catwalk, and now she's walking around the structure, and the camera is following her around. It's very effective. It's a very effective staging. Now she's walking up the structure during the chorus, how it builds. It's I mean, honestly, this is very well staged. Yeah. Oh, little bit of a mess up there in the vocals. She's been fantastic up until that point. She messed up a little note there, in case you're interested. Nails the high note. We got the pyro from the roof. Like, it reminds me, staging wise, it reminds me a lot of Made of Stars from 2016. Just that we got a big structure now, but it's the same kind of concept, like the same kind of pyro from the roof falling down here. It's the same color palette as well on stage. It's the silvery and white and like ice blue and black. So you can hear a lot of cheering in the background. I wonder if it's like the thing that EBU puts on. Can't really hear any boos, which I expected to hear. And she was smiling as she walked off the structure as well. So, regarding that, I mean, we know it's qualifying, but it really looked great. It really looked great and sounded good as well for 95% of it. Not surprising she's good vocally. To represent Israel, you have to win a singing contest, not a song. That's actually a fair point. I think it's very impressive that this is basically her first professional performance ever, right? I don't know. I haven't looked up the static stats of what's going on in the Israeli process. The anti-boo mechanic was working well last year, so of course it's getting better every year. Yeah, I think yeah, they're definitely using it. Don't worry, you will hear boos tomorrow. Yeah. We don't know. Like, if they filter it out with their technology. Germany up next. Okay. This one is of course very interesting to see, like how it's gonna sound, how it's gonna look. Germany is an intriguing one because we of course have been warned to worry about Germany due to the live vocals that we've heard before. So let's go Germany. Floor us. Impress me. Be fantastic and get a good result. We'll see. I mean, I really think like some of Germany's main competition in terms of who would vote for them obviously came from Belgium, who missed out yesterday. So, I mean, if Germany can nail this. Albor was playing table tennis 1 hour ago. He should be ready. Oh, what an icon. Okay, Germany's ready. Yep, and they have the stage ready for them as well. This is gonna be interesting. I'm actually really excited to see and hear what this is gonna be like. So the illuminated cello kicks us off. And she's standing up top. And silhouette is kind of showing her. And they drop the curtain. And there she is. And she sounds fine, I'd say. Oh, they need to change some of these camera shots. There was this shot from the audience, and all you saw was like heads of people standing in the audience. That's not good. Oh, the vocal is shaky as hell in the verse. Oh. Ooh, I'm worried now. She's getting into it, I think. The verse started off very shakily there, unfortunately. Now she's surrounded by people waving phones around. I don't know why. But okay. Visually, it's not a very clear performance. There's a lot of smoke, there's a lot of colors just breaking up everything. You can't see much. Oh no. Oh. Oh, the vocals and the verses. Oh, I wanted this to be so much better. Now they switch places. The guy is going up the stairs, I think, and she's at the bottom. I like the colors, but at the same time, like, the stage is covered with so much smoke that you can't see much. The choruses are suffering as well, vocally. I'm sorry. Yeah, she just started to take off her clothes and the audience started to cheer. Because, yeah. And now she threw her dress into the audience. Okay. Oh, everything got pink now. Okay. They didn't smash the cello this time. Okay. It sounded like she said Dankeschön Düsseldorf. Surely not. But yeah, I hate to tell you all this, but I thought that vocal performance was the weakest of the entire night. I'm so sorry to say that. I wanted this to be really good, but that was... Yeah, that is concerning. That was a concerning performance, actually. It was not a great vocal performance. It was very shaky and did not have a lot of, you know, proper resonance and force in it, which a song like this, of course, kind of requires. I'm sad about it. It has a nice concept staging-wise. I like the fact that they're using this big structure. I think they work well with colors. And I mean, I get the whole smoke concept as well, because you don't really supposed to see everything in this setting, I suppose. It wants to kind of emulate a club setting, and then it makes sense with all of this smoke and kind of flashy lights and you don't see much. The real issue is with the vocals there. I'm sorry. Just my 2 cents though. Maybe I'm hearing something that others aren't hearing. Maybe there are other people who watch this right now who thought it was brilliant, but I don't see it. Serbia's ready to go on. Let's see if they're still gonna mop the floor with him. Heh. ESC Tom says she sounds really great. You be the judge when you hear it tomorrow, I guess, but I thought she was not that great, unfortunately. Now, speaking of vocals, here are some great ones. So far, now it becomes so clear as well when you got Serbia coming up after. Because these are like some proper emphatic vocals coming across right away. And that's the difference. Could Germany finish last? No, I don't think so. I think the song is too much of like a banger and engaging to still get some points. I think UK should be more worried about that. Serbia's yet another dark performance here. Can't see Mr. Prince very well here. It's very dark. Oh, and do I just say that there's a spotlight on him. Now he got very bright. Good. This song is a bit distractingly chopped up, I gotta say. There's no real flow to it. Didn't keep the moon? No, there's no moon so far. But this is not it's not a cohesive performance. The song is distractingly chopped up, I would say. The instrumentation is cool. Okay, big moment here now. The flames started appearing. We got red and blue mixing, which is quite nice actually. They're still dragging him on the floor. There he is. Looks equally silly today. I don't know who came up with that idea, but it's... yeah. It's very red now. We got another tomato performance here now. I mean, he's all dressed in red as well. This is... Vocally, it's very strong though. The final chorus really comes across here. Nice how they switched to the blue with the spots shining through. This one's difficult to predict, I'm telling you. He sings very, very well. Very, very well. I mean, that kind of got emphasized after Germany. I've dubbed him ESC's newest mop. He's going to moon us at the end. No, he did not, luckily. If I will get the feeling Germany is failing on Saturday, I will turn off the voting and look for the results on the next morning. But that's not how it's supposed to be, you know. It's sad. And especially, like, there's so much excitement about Germany's entry this year. I still hope that it's going to be fantastic on Saturday, of course. But from what I heard tonight, I really have to be honest. Like, maybe I hear wrong, but I thought it did not sound good, you know, and I will stick by that. Others might have thought it sounded good, but I was very disappointed. Okay, Finland. Big finale. He didn't Luna Moon us up. Nice reference, I like it. We got some strobe lights kicking off Finland's entry here. Very nice. Okay, so, you know, one thing you notice 5 seconds into the Finnish performance, all of a sudden we have a proper star on stage. This is someone who knows how to work the camera and how to present herself on stage. Yeah, this is... This is winning the semifinal. I'm telling you already. It has to be. I know I'm bad at predictions, but this is just... It's written already. Oh, we saw the cameraman walking away from her. We still see him. Got some stuff to work on there. There's a new color palette for the middle verse. Everything's purple now. Nice. And this is also one of the few performances where I feel like the colors are... They're not taking over anything. Everything becomes still very clear. Like, they use lighting very well here. There's no tomato imagery in this. There's just effective camera work, great frames, nice editing, feels purposeful. A performer who knows how to absolutely kill it on stage. Some of these shots are immaculate, actually. It's like you've got a cinematographer putting this performance together. Which, of course, is the dream for every entry to have. Tempo automation coming up now. Erica said, give me a mic stand and I'll handle the rest. Yeah, so far that's exactly what it is. But of course we know what's gonna happen at the end when she's standing on the big one. But obviously something you need to highlight with this performance is the fact that the people working the camera in this performance are doing a huge job. Oh, this is one of the few entries where they show the audience. But that's of course because she needs to climb up on this. But they put close-ups on the audience during that part. Interesting. She's so good. Like, seriously, she's fantastic. What a performer. Could Finland win? Maybe. They're winning the semi-final, I'm telling you that much. Winning the final, I'm not sure. But I think they're definitely winning this semi-final. It kind of just feels... I wouldn't say like accessible, but it feels like one of these performances that will just be like, you know, completely overpower your impression of it. Oh yeah, I mean obviously Israel could win the semi as well. Yeah, that's yeah. They did last year, didn't they? But that could of course happen as well, but that would not be for performance reasons, as we all know. I'd take a Finland win over a Sweden win this year. I mean, it would be... I prefer... Song-wise, I'm not the biggest fan of Ich komme, but... So, I disagree. But, I mean, Finland could... We could give them a win, you know? I wouldn't mind. It would be fun for Finland to host Eurovision again. And especially after they've stepped up so well in Eurovision lately. Okay, so we got... we're gonna have the recap coming up very, very soon. This is a difficult one to like predict for sure. I'm gonna struggle so much making a prediction video. But yeah. Are there any that I think are definitely out? Yeah, there are a few, I would say. Georgia and Montenegro, I would say they're out. All of the others I think could make it. I would be surprised if Ireland makes it, to be honest. I was not impressed with that. But what do I know? I know nothing really, to be honest. Have a good one, Hugo. Thank you for tuning in. Keeping my fingers crossed for Lithuania tomorrow. Yeah, I think Lithuania was fantastic, so hopefully. Okay, recap coming up here. Australia is well presented here in the recap. It of course stands out. Montenegro has a good time slot here. One of its selling moments for sure. But I don't think it's going to be enough. Yeah, seeing Ireland in the recap, like, there's just such a lack of energy in it, I think. It just fell flat for me. But I mean, I thought San Marino fell incredibly flat as well. And that made the final. Anyone's definitely in except Finland, Israel, and Austria. I would say definitely is a stretch, but I would be optimistic about Armenia, actually. I think Armenia was very good. And I would be optimistic. Maybe it's just my dumb optimism, but Lithuania should make it. They had a brilliant performance. Truly brilliant. Austria has a bit of a strange choice for a clip. They don't have the finale. They have the second chorus. Greece, of course, sounds great because she's so strong vocally. But it was not a very interesting performance, unfortunately. Lithuania, on the other hand, oh, this is... It's so cinematic. He's staring, like, out into the abyss or something. So gritty. Fingers crossed for Lithuania. Oh yeah, Malta, I definitely think they're making it as well. What is it like? Is it tigers or something that are also bouncing on exercise balls on the LED screens? Very interesting. You know, Georgia could make it just from the dancers behind, because that definitely stands out about it. Hearing from you, Armenia was good, is definitely giving me more faith. Yeah, I think you could be hopeful for Armenia, but I mean, I said so many positive things about Belgium and Cyprus, and you know, I'm hopeful about Denmark. I really want Denmark to qualify. That's like the one. After Lithuania, Denmark's the one that I'm just rooting for so much. I want it through. Czechia also has a very strange recap clip here. Not a very memorable part of the track, I'd say. Should probably reconsider that. Luxembourg, a bit disappointed with this, to be honest. I didn't think it was that fun to watch. Israel was, of course, very well executed. It's sailing through, as you expect. Taking Groot's favorites with a pinch of salt after yesterday. Yeah, you should. You should. Serbia could go either way. Seriously, like, Serbia is a difficult one to predict. The recap clip they've gone for is good, though. Because that's like the part of the track where everything actually finally kicks into gear. Leading up to that, I think it's such an incohesive song, energy-wise and flow-wise. Yeah, Finland's winning the semifinal, though. I can't see anything else. Austria may well be top with juries. After seeing France today, though, I think that could be top with juries. Who do you think will score higher in juries, Switzerland or France? France, to be honest. I think. The semi is so unpredictable, I could see anyone from 14th to 4th being completely unexpected. Georgia and Montenegro are sure in queues, and the top 3 is also clear, I guess. Yeah, I would probably agree with that. Reckon Serbia qualifies? Yeah, and Andy says Serbia is 9th to 12th. Yeah, so is it in or is it out? Any sign of Zelko in the green room? Haven't seen him. Haven't seen him yet. Serbia has never been below 11th in a semi. Really? Huh. Did Cyprus also go for the starting slot during the dress rehearsal recap? No, they didn't, and that what doesn't make sense. They had a brilliant recap clip in the dress rehearsal that just felt like, wow, this is properly impressive part of the track that really hooks you. And then they changed it. I don't get it. Fingers crossed for Latvia, Czechia, and Lithuania. Yeah. Agreed. We're interviewing John Steers now. He's talking about the Eurovision 2020. Effendi as well. He's talking about it. And Destiny. So I guess these are the artists who were in both 2020 and 2021. Yeah, the Roop there. So yeah, we got Effendi, The Roop, Destiny, and John Steers in a clip here together talking about 2020. Where would Israel finish under normal circumstances? I'd say qualifying for sure. It's a very effective presentation. But obviously the circumstances in what's going on and the horror of it all is definitely boosting its result, you know? We're getting Répondez-moi. I'm boosting the volume for this. John Steers is singing Répondez-moi. We've never gotten this, right? We've never seen him sing it live. Right? I'm getting chills. Jeez, this is the first time I'm getting chills tonight, though. You're all in for a treat tomorrow. This is so freaking effective. Oh my. This is beautiful. He's so good. Oh, they caught it the second verse, I think. Yeah. Wow. His arms are burning. What? This is incredible, I'm telling you. This is an interval act. Wash your mouth out. What did I say? Did I actually curse? Sorry, I never do, usually. Okay, so the Roop are gonna sing On Fire. Also nice to see. Guess what color the Roop is using? It's tomato red. Oh really? I did? I never say that, Darren. John's tears made me slip up. Now I'm gonna get demonetized on YouTube, right? I need to mute that in post. Oh, there are more than 6 people on stage. Disqualify them. This is a fun little performance of On Fire here. Nice to see it. And of course they're doing their fun little dance. Yeah, this is nice. It's fun. La Cleopatra! This is very green. This actually looks really good. This staging concept they have here for Cleopatra, I really like this. She sounds great. I don't remember her being that good, you know? This is a good performance of Cleopatra. I really like this, actually. And I'm not a big fan of the song, but this works. And the double time outro. Yeah. This is really nice, actually. Way to make me actually enjoy Cleopatra. That was a great performance of it. Truly. And now Destiny with All of My Love. With a very pretty stage layout here with all this blue. This looks nice. Looks really nice. She's very good at singing. As if you didn't know that already. Still more than 6 people on stage, though. John Steers was the only one who didn't break the break the limit. And he was alone on stage. So I guess the compensation worked out there. This is also a very good performance of All of My Love here. Very engaging, very inviting. And she kills it, of course she does. This is a really nice interval act for us, you know, Eurovision nerds. We get 4 2020 songs to just enjoy live performed with ambitious performances to them. Really nice. I'm happy. I'm happy. Good stuff. I kind of expected like John Steers to get an interval act on his own though, because he's Swiss, you know? But apparently not. Yep, I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that a lot. It's very easy for, like, it's kind of a cheat code to just invite a bunch of old Eurovision artists to get them to perform their songs, because that will always be a good interval act. Well, depending on who you invite, of course, but, you know. Yeah, but this was great. This was great. I enjoyed that a lot. Let's reveal the place where the contestants wait. Yeah, well, we saw the green room 2 days ago, you know? But yeah, there it is again. It's really cool how it's like above the audience. I kind of like that concept. Alright. Not a lot going on right now. We're just getting some background music, some filming of the audience. We're just waiting for whatever. For the music to stop, I guess. I'm glad they have invited some lesser known ESC artists. Have they? Would you say those were? Would have actually been nice for them to like invite artists who didn't participate in 2021. That would actually be a bit more heartwarming, but it wouldn't cause the same kind of excitement. But like invite some artists that didn't get to participate in 2021. Like you had, I mean the Mamas got to perform in 2019, so yeah. But like you had Ben and Tan, you had what's her name, Elisa from Portugal. You had, of course, I'm trying to think here. I want to say Germany. What's his name? Ben from Germany. What else did we have? Tom Leeb from France. I don't know. There were, of course, a bunch of artists who didn't get to participate in 2021. I see that Darren's on the very heavy with the ban hammer today. Is there? I haven't seen all of these people who you're banning, Darren. What's going on? I'm sure you're doing right in banning all of these people, but I haven't been able to see any comments that any of them have sent. Ulrike, that's another one. Yep, true. The Lithuania recap clip here, it hits hard, I'm telling you. Sandro from Cyprus, that's another one. That's another one. Axel from Finland, that's true. Really hope he needs some, you know, boosting. Athena from Armenia, that's true. Absolutely. Diodato, of course. But yeah, he already flexed in Turin, yeah. But Diodato, of course. See moderator chat? Alright, I'll take a look. I'll take a look-see. I'm getting pumped every time Denmark's recap clip comes up. I really like that Denmark. Ba-da-ba-da-bam. Oh, these are some very interesting comments that you found, Darren. Yeah, just keep banning them. Thank you very much for helping me out with this. It's one person who keeps making new accounts. Okay. Ugh, jeez. All right. So, second time recap came around there. The ban from Davidna, yeah, but I mean, Belarus is kind of, you know, a bit of a gray zone to kind of, you know. Did we mention Damir? No, Damir as well from Croatia, of course. I need justice for Montaigne. They technically did perform in 2021, but only with the pre-recorded tapes. They deserve a proper performance on the ESC stage too. That's fair, yeah. That's fair. Okay, so they just counted down. Stop voting now. So that means, of course, we got a few more intervals. So from what I know, at least yesterday, the qualifiers were announced at 23:08, my time anyway. It's going to be interesting to see if that's going to be the same case tonight, because of course there was one more song competing tonight. Does that mean that the show has been longer? And of course there have been a lot of breaks in tonight's show with like the stage not being ready and whatnot. So I'm going to actually pay attention to when they will start revealing the qualifiers in this semifinal to see how the time will differ. Hope you all voted for Latvia. I don't think anyone's voted yet. Yeah. 4 of the true satellites of the ESC universe. Okay. Who are they? There were a lot of Eurovision songs being referenced here. Oh, we got fans from other countries. There's Loredana and someone's name who I didn't catch from Malta. There's someone from Turkey. Burak from Turkey. I thought they call me Mr. Eurovision from Turkey, okay? We got an Aussie here. Beto from Australia. These are some nice little clips from people who really love Eurovision. Oh, we're back on Malta now. Okay. Naviban emigrated to Poland because they couldn't play anywhere in Belarus anymore. Like, the fact that these things have to happen, it's incredibly sad and disheartening. I don't know what to say. So while I watch these fans talking about how much they love Eurovision, what should we talk about? Like, is there anything someone wants to know that I haven't mentioned already? Probably not. I've tried to talk as much as possible and let you know everything that I think, but yeah, if you have any questions, just let me know. Still trying to think about 10 of these will of course qualify, and just like we said before, there are 3 that we know are qualifying for sure, but then the rest, you could throw them in any real. But of course, yesterday had surprises, but the top 3 here, surely those 3 are making it. I don't think we. But I was so sure yesterday. But anyway, yeah, I can't see those. Was the stage looking tidy enough after Serbia's performance? Yes, some very effective sweeping going on there. Very, very well done. It was looking super polished and super clean. Let's talk about why Repeat by Dulce Hera should have won Monte Song and why it's the best song and performance in music history. Okay. The stream just died completely. Did I get kicked out of the dress rehearsal? No? Okay, I'm back. Just went down. Okay. What was the best costume of the night? Ooh, that's one that you should decide. Well, I mean, the host has a very memorable one. Best is a subjective thing, right? No, but who's the best dressed? I don't know. The outfits is not my forte, as you know. Definitely not Armenia, because he forgot half of his clothing. Germany threw away most of their clothing. I really don't know. Montenegro has a very intriguing outfit as well, of course. I really don't know about the clothing, to be honest. I don't think anything's like that stunningly looking. Nothing that I've seen tonight would be something that I wear, but you can make of that what you will. You can look at the press poll in 25 general if you want. Let me check. How many points will the winner have? In the final, well, 500 plus, I'm guessing. But let's just say 555, just for the iconic number. 555 points for the winner in the final. Let's take a look at the press poll or press audience thing. Oh, the big 5 are not included in this. I wanted to know how many Germany would get. Luxembourg on 29. Luxembourg in second. I'm surprised with that. So the press poll, Finland won it, as they should. Luxembourg in second, I'm surprised. Austria third, expected. Greece fourth. Interesting. Latvia in fifth. Okay. Lithuania sixth. Good, good. Armenia seventh. Makes sense. Australia eighth. Also makes sense. And then Denmark and Israel tied for ninth. 1 vote ahead of Czechia. And Malta all the way down in 12th. I'm surprised by that. Ireland in 13th. Serbia in 14th. Montenegro and Georgia. Yeah, I'm not surprised with Ireland's score here. I think that that makes sense. They're doing funny haha stuff right now, and it's not tickling my funny haha. The worst one is probably Georgia. I mean, she starts off with one outfit, but then when she removes that, the other one is a very curiously looking one. Malta shock and cute? I doubt it. I mean, the press poll from the first semifinal was very wrong. Like, you shouldn't go very much out of that. I love Latvia's costumes from the pics. I mean, they are bodysuits, right? Like, that's how much I pay attention to the outfits, you know. They have very interesting headpieces anyway. Okay, we got an interval act. We got the shape of Switzerland being shown on the floor. Okay, so what we're getting now is an... This takes me back to like old watch-alongs that we've done when like Darren has found these geography videos where we learn about the country when we watch national finals in 2024, because now we're getting told what Switzerland is. Switzerland is a small country and half of it is covered by the Alps. There are 4 languages in Switzerland. It's like, okay, we're getting an information video about Switzerland, but instead of a video, we get dancers in different colors moving around. Okay, it seems like it's supposed to be it's turning into a dance show now. Do I have power of time? No one does. No one does. Does time expand when I spend it with my friends? No. Huh? Okay. All right. What do you think? What song do you think Belgium, Slovenia, and Croatia should have sent, based on what would do well at Eurovision, not just your favorite? I thought Strobe Lights would do well. That's the thing. Slovenia. Like, I want to say Vzeti Dam for Slovenia. I think that could have made it, right? Maybe it wouldn't, but. And Croatia, I mean, I loved Welcome to the Circus. But yeah, surely that could, like, if Tutta l'Italia made the final, surely Welcome to the Circus could have made the final, right? Are we going to get another special appearance like Petra? Maybe Mons this time? Yeah, we're not getting Mons, of course not. Come on. Let's be real. I think I saw it today. He cancelled his whole tour that he had planned for Sweden. I mean, for obvious reasons. I don't think I will remember this interval act much. I mean, I always appreciate a dance number and a little show with a concept about it, but unfortunately I didn't pay attention to much. Didn't pique my interest. I would have still loved to see Divya for Slovenia. All the animal sounds and the intensity would have definitely been memorable. Yeah. Could have reached the final. Yeah, probably. Hazel's up in green room now. High fitness level. I don't know what you... Hiccup. There's a lot to read up on with Mons. We don't really know like what's true and what's not and everything, but there's a lot of really awful news around him, and it's a very difficult time regarding, and I don't really sure what to make of it. You can read up on it and make your own mind up of what you think of the whole situation, but it's a very sad situation to read into. How would Ligo do? It would win the whole competition. Of course it would. Definitely. Slovenia should have sent Rai Fredrikstad. Yeah, that could have been an interesting one. We're getting an interview with Miriana from Malta right now. Okay, there's a little funny joke in there. Liga would have been a save, not qualifier. Potential last place with Georgia. Messy song, terrible staging, and presentation in Supernova. Disagree with every single statement you just said, but you're allowed to have that opinion. Professional Ligo hater. Did the interviews were the same as in rehearsals, by the way? There were more rehearsals on yesterday than there were on Monday. But the ones that, like the one with Kai was word for word the same. Like they had the same response and everything with the whole Axel can grow a mustache or whatever it was. That's the talent. So yeah. But I think there were more interviews yesterday when we watched the actual semifinal. Were the hosts better tonight? I'd say so, actually. It's been going pretty smoothly, I would say. They're speaking German, Erika and Hazel here. Wo ist die Bibliothek? Du hast keine Zeit für Literatur, Erika. Okay. We're all craving cheese. This is a lot of random things going on here. Erika is getting a very long interview here. This is, I'm getting a bunch of... It's a little bit of a time-wasting vibe right now. Just handing out cheese to everyone in the Finnish team. This is dragging massively. Yeah. Some people will love this interview, but it's so long. We're getting a mukbang live here of the Finnish Eurovision team eating cheese and saying "Lekker." Think you'll go for accreditation next year? Yeah, I mean, I'll apply. It's free to apply, and you can just do it to do it. Whether I go or not, that's a different thing, and whether I get it or not, you know. But I'll apply for it. I don't see a reason to not to. So right now the time is 11:15. As I said, 11:08 we got the results yesterday. So we're 7 minutes later and we're still watching Erica and Hazel eating cheese. Yeah, Hazel just said, this is going on for much too long. Yeah. I mean, how long have we been here? Sorry, I'm being negative now. But this is dragging an immense amount. Alright, we're moving on to something else here. We get a little bit of a clip of what we saw in the first semi-final, like the opening act. Which is kind of cool. We get reminded of that. Basel, are you ready? What are we ready for? I'm sure it was later than 11:08 during the actual semi last night, more like 11:20. Really? But it said 11:08 on the schedule. Okay, so now there's a recap of the songs that qualified from yesterday. So we got Norway, we got Albania here, we got Sweden here. Just a little quick reminder, in case you forgot already. The show itself might not be this long, they were rehearsing after all. Yeah, and I think a lot of time has been, disappearing since the stage haven't been ready between the songs. So we're obviously running a bit late. Wait, they only announced qualifiers up until the Netherlands, and then they cut to Celine Dion's speech. We only got 5 qualifiers from semifinal 1. Sorry to tell you this. San Marino, you didn't actually make it, because you're not included in the recap clip. What can I tell you? Oh, Poland actually did qualify, they're now showing it. Okay. I'm so nervous for Australia, I don't want to wake up at 5 a.m. for another non-qualification, but I'm proud of Gojo and the whole SBS team for actually putting in effort this year. It's refreshing. Yeah, great effort being put into it, for sure. I'm still remaining hopeful about it. I think it will make it. But maybe I shouldn't say that because, I tend to be wrong. So, do you prefer it if I change my prediction to kick Australia out? Could that be a good luck charm? Okay, so it's a very long part of the Welcome to Switzerland interval act. They show a lot of it. So Petra Mede does make an appearance in this semifinal as well, by being in a clip from semifinal 1. I don't know why, but I'm getting hungry now. Was that all of the cheese that made that happen? I mean, it's getting a bit late. It's been a while since I had dinner, I suppose. Okay, they're standing in front of the table now, so the qualifier reveal will happen now. Who do you think will qualify tonight? That could be a tricky one to predict. Alright. Martin Österdahl doesn't speak today either. We are good to go. Alright. Let's see who's qualifying. Georgia for giggles. Ireland, so they would NQ tomorrow. Okay. Yeah, they're still explaining the fact that they're showing 3 countries at a time and stuff like that, We are ready. So the first 3 are Luxembourg, Austria, and Australia. Gojo is making sure he's staying hydrated. He's drinking water. Good lad. Australia made the final, and oh god, You could see that JJ from Austria started celebrating, and then he realized, oh wait, they said Australia, not Austria. It's funny. I like that. That was funny. I like it. Latvia, Ireland, or Greece? Hey Ellen, I mean you qualified tonight, so take what you can, right? Ireland qualified. Alright. What's the thing with the guy with the glasses? Because he hasn't moved an inch throughout the entire night. He's doing like a thing about him not feeling any emotion or whatnot. He's in character for sure. He's kind of like the Estonian bodyguards, you know? Not being allowed to show any energy. Serbia, Israel, or Montenegro? The 3 countries thing was a real success for me. Yeah, I warmed up to it when I saw just how crazy that split screen with Portugal, Azerbaijan, and Slovenia was. So Israel qualified. Yeah, no boost for Israel here either. Their technology is being put to use, I suppose. Finland, Czechia, and Armenia. Yeah, it's an act. He actually played Mario Kart with Aber on Twitch today and he was very nice. Okay, yeah, I get it. This just looks a bit funny, I suppose. Finland qualified, and Erika is doing gimmicky reaction, I guess. She broke her flag as well. Alright. Montenegro, Georgia, or Malta? First time Georgia appears, I think. And Malta appears. And Montenegro appears, maybe. Who's making it through? This is so exciting when it doesn't mean anything. Montenegro qualified! Congratulations! We'll see if we get a repeat tomorrow. Do we think we'll get all the Nordics in the final since 2014? The only one I'm worried about is, of course, Denmark, but I'm really hopeful that Denmark makes it, of course. Czechia, Lithuania, and Denmark. I think we could get all of the Nordics in the final. I hope Denmark makes it, you know. Czechia made it here as well. No reaction at all. Okay. He looks very, very bored. Okay. There's nothing going on in there. Not even pretending. I'm voting for Denmark. Please do. Luxembourg, Georgia, and Latvia. Latvia. So our current qualifiers are Australia, Ireland, Israel, Finland, Montenegro, Czechia, and Latvia. If these were the real ones, would you be happy with this so far? Denmark, Serbia, Armenia next up. Armenia, Park just put on his phone, I love cheesecake. Okay. And one of the hosts got a cough attack. Could almost imagine that I got it, or that I'm hosting. Armenia qualified. And the guy next to Park, maybe he believes that he actually qualified for real, because he seemed very happy about it. Malta, Lithuania, and Austria. The Belarus song. I hope that's what he meant. Cheesecake the song. Yeah, that's what I hope. Malta qualified. So either Lithuania or Austria is missing out in this alternative world. Because I think that's 9. There are a lot of songs that I like that haven't been announced here. I mean, the songs that haven't been announced: Austria, Greece, Lithuania, Georgia, Denmark, Luxembourg, and Serbia. Who do you want to go through here, huh? They're doing an Eminem reference as well with Mom Spaghetti. There's a lot of rambling going on here. Hazel has got cheese stuck in her throat. This is just show. Okay, this is very... Alright. My votes will be split between Lithuania and Denmark. I approve. I want both of them to qualify really badly. Who loves cheesecake? I love cheesecake. It was Parg from Armenia. He put on his phone, I love cheesecake. Just seen some clips from France and it's absolutely stunning. Like I expected a lot and it surpassed it. Yep, I agree. I agree. It was arguably the best stage tonight. Yeah, probably. It did give me proper feels as well. It was really great. And vocally, she was the most effortlessly perfect tonight, I would say. I would have voted for Lithuania and probably Latvia if I could. Can't you vote though? It just get groups in the rest of the world, Andy. Surely you'd be able to vote, but it ends up in rest of the world. The last country to compete in the grand final is Serbia. Made it as well in this little test show. And yeah, those were the qualifiers. We're at 11:30 p.m. now. I mean, I got work in the morning, but there's still, of course, a little bit left of the show. So Australia made it. We got a little Australia clip here. And then we get a little Ireland clip here. And we get a little Israel clip. And we get a little Finland clip. Yeah, I'm also just kind of interested now to find out who's going to be performing. Like, I mean, obviously it was one of the Olsen brothers yesterday. Will they do the same thing, like invite someone, an old competitor, and not really give them a moment to shine by providing the credits on top of it? So intrigued to see the audience poll from tonight. Do you think it'll be... Oh wait, how many people vote in the audience poll? I'm sure Finland's winning it, by the way. Cost me 0.35 euros per vote. It's not too bad, you know. That's actually really cheap. I thought it cost more than that to vote. I was sure that it cost more than that. I never really vote in Eurovision, to be honest. Alright. Qualifiers are standing on stage there now, waving to the camera. Hello, hello. I hope it's Luca Henny. I don't. Oh wait, is he already confirmed that he will be an Interval Act this year? Like that he will be included somewhere? Can we get Willifred from Austria 1988? I want some Lisa Mona Lisa. It cost me like nearly 120 per vote, if I remember correctly, when Romania was in. Yeah, that sounds more... that sounds more similar to Sweden, I think. Oh, thank you for watching. I'm not allowed to see the... They just cut the stream. So I'm not allowed to see who's gonna perform at the credits. They just cut the stream. Okay. It's done then, I guess. That's a bit weird. Maybe they keep it a secret. What do I know? Very, very interesting. They just killed the stream for me. So, okay. No more show. That's been everything from tonight. Don't think I have anything else to really say, at the moment anyway. Yeah. Big standouts from tonight. I would say Finland. I would say France, you know. France was really good. Lithuania. It's fantastic. Austria's good. Denmark, I'm optimistic about. I'm gonna keep being optimistic about Denmark because I really want them to qualify. Really, really, really want them to qualify. And I think Armenia has a good chance. It looked good. Sounded good. Sounded decent anyway. But a very effective performance and an accessible song. So yeah. Most disappointing thing I've seen tonight? Difficult to say. Ireland, I would say. Yeah. I'm going Ireland on that one. I mean, I don't have high hopes for Ireland because I don't like the song, but I don't think that performance really worked. I didn't get engaged by it. So, that would probably be the one. And, no. Biggest disappointment, definitely Germany and the United Kingdom. United Kingdom did not have a lot about... I'm very pessimistic about its chances, to be honest, from what I saw tonight. It felt like it was completely aimless, lacking any sense of direction about it, which hurts a little bit. And Germany, I mean, I still stand by the fact that I thought it did not sound good. But if others think it did, then maybe they're right. But I thought the vocals were incredibly not convincing. They were quite shaky, particularly during the verses. Those were like the main standout parts where you just felt like, ooh, this isn't really like consistently maintained, like actually matched in terms of the actual power of the vocals. And the song is kind of requiring that. France and Italy probably top two Big Five in the final. I mean, yeah, I think France is going to be way ahead of the others. I'm not sure how Italy will do. I have no idea really, but I mean, Italy is not my thing, so I'm gonna predict Italy to be in the lower half of the scoreboard as well. France will be top half of the scoreboard. That has to happen, you know. How high up will they be? I don't know. UK 0-0 again? No, I don't think 0-0. I think that's a bit much. But they could finish last. They could. I think. If Portugal qualified, Lucio Corsi could do something. Well, I think Portugal has a better song. But yeah, that's just me. Okay, that's been the whole show for tonight. Hope you're excited to see it tomorrow. I think the thing that most of you should look forward to the most is probably France, to be honest. That's the performance. And Lithuania was really good. Like the latter half of that song. Very good, very good. And I'm also interested, like I really can't wait to see Austria in like full resolution, like high resolution, no lag, no text on the screen during the performance, because I think maybe that loses a lot. Like maybe my experience was definitely held back because of the way I watched the performance tonight. So yeah, hopefully I'm more floored by it, because it definitely had a lot of potential in the performance. So I'm looking forward to seeing that tomorrow again, for sure. All right, that's everything from tonight. I'm not actually sure if I'll be completely honest here. I of course made a like collective video of like my general thoughts about semifinal 1, but I'm not sure if I will make one for this semifinal, to be honest, because I feel like I'm just repeating myself. Like I know no one's gonna rewatch this whole stream to get my thoughts, but it was quite a long video. Took a lot of energy to make, and it didn't really spark that much interest in terms of viewership anyway. So I kind of feel a bit uninterested in doing it. Instead, I'll just focus on getting the predictions video out. I think that's kind of where I stand right now. I'd say, but maybe I'll change. But for now, I'm kind of tired. So I just feel like heading to bed, to be honest. So, But yeah, have a good one. See you all tomorrow. There will, of course, be another stream reacting to the qualifiers and just talking about what we've seen and the results and everything. So please join me for that. Are you streaming the qualifier announcement tomorrow like yesterday? Yes, I am. Have a good one, everyone. Good night to you all. Thank you for tuning into the stream. I really appreciate it. Good night.